The next question, I think, is a really great question. So we have nurses that have completed the Terra Firma program on the app, quite a few actually, and lots of positive feedback. And they want to know what next. What's the next step after completing the Terra Firma program?
Well, I think on an individual basis, I mean, learning to stay in an unstressed state is a muscle. And just like weightlifting, if you don't lift weights every other day or once a week or whatever frequency you decide, if you don't do that, those muscles will atrophy. And it's the same way with what you learn in the release program and in the Terra Firma app. I mean, I meditate every single day. I started doing it in 1988. Okay, that's not exactly true. I miss a few days here and there, but I try to meditate every single day. And I don't meditate any differently. Like this morning, no, I didn't meditate this morning because I was playing sports. But yesterday, when I started my day, I meditated. And I don't meditate any differently than I did when I started in 1988. The process is exactly the same. And it's the same as when you go to the gym. You see people and they lift weights, they're doing curls, they're doing overhead pushes and bench presses, and they do the same thing every single time they go. And it's not like you need to do something different all the time. You just practice over and over and over and over just to sustain that rest and repair state. Now, additionally, in the Terra Firma app, I mean, we have the release program, and that's kind of those 13 or 14 modules. In addition to that, there are sections in the Terra Firma app that are like quick hitters. Like if you only have 2 minutes, here are some videos to watch. All of the classes that I've taught that focus on how to think correctly, how to think well, to prevent stress, all of those classes we videotape and are available in the Terra Firma app. And so it's like you get a college education of stress management in the app. All of the guided relaxation exercises, I think there are 40 in there. Half of them are designed to relax and recharge you. The other half are designed to help you fall asleep. You use those. I mean, I still use some of the guided relaxation exercises, although I just with myself, because I know the script. And when I'm falling asleep, that's what I do, is I go through this script in my head and it immediately puts me to sleep. I'm never awake longer than about 15 or 30 seconds.
Wow.
And if I am awake for the longer than that, then I know the script that will put me to sleep immediately. So I'm not sitting there going, I wish I could fall asleep. And so that's in there. And then we have, additionally, there are workbooks. So if you're more of a reader person, there's PDF workbooks of the understanding stress. So we have 5 of them. One is understanding stress. The second one is stress prevention. And that's all the thinking part. With the third book is stress reduction. And that's all the tools that we know of that work to turn off the stress. You know, we mentioned a few of them earlier. The 4th workbook is entirely devoted to mindfulness, which is getting our mind into this present moment, because this present moment is always safe. And if our mind thinks we're safe, the stress response will not turn on. And so we have strategies, tools that the entire workbook is, here's how to do this, get into this, get your mind. So here's the present moment, here's your mind, and you're just putting your mind there instead of future and past, which if you think of a future event and then you add any pain to it, your body thinks it's really happening now, stress response turns on. Same with the past. If you're thinking of like an argument and you relive it in your mind, your body thinks it's happening now, and the stress response turns on. And so when you bring your mind into this present moment of here and now through really, really cool techniques, your body goes, oh, I guess there's no threat. So I'm going to go back into rest and repair, into relaxation. And so, like going to the gym, you just keep doing those over and over and over and over, as importantly as eating, lunch or sleeping for however many hours or working out regularly. You just make that part of your daily routine. And the cool thing about that is the more you do that, the better you feel in general. And the more you do that, the less you'll be troubled with sickness and illness and those kind of things. I mean, and I'm not saying this for any reason except to say, here's what's happened. Here's been my experience. It's been at least 12 years since I've gotten sick, where I couldn't function on a day because I was too sick. And there's nothing special about me. There's nothing like, man, you've got fantastic. If you knew my genes, you would be laughing, because I got some really questionable genes when it comes to health. But we know through the science of stress that as the more relaxed we are, the more our immune system cranks. And the opposite is true. The more stressed we are, the less the more stressed we are, the less potent is our immune system. And so it just occurred to me a long, long time ago, if I can keep my immune system strong, I probably won't get as sick as I would if it were not strong. And that's been pretty much the case for a really long time. And people say, you can't be serious. You can't possibly never get sick. And I keep waking up every day going, oh, another day not sick. It's kind of strange.
Oh, wow. Such great information. So basically, with the Terra Firma program, once they've completed that, they still have a lot of resources to utilize, to refer to, and then just keep practicing it over and over and over.
Yeah. And I think to clarify that, I think, so the nurses, so they're involved with what we call the release program. That's the workshop inside Terra Firma. And then the rest of Terra Firma is all the other things that we have support or not, as in addition to that release program. Because most nurses, I think, when they go into the app, they're doing it for the purpose of doing the release program itself, which is like the class. And then all of these other things are part of the app. Yeah.
And they're still in there. I love that. Thank you.